You know, every family has an origin story, a moment it all began. Today, we're going back in time to October 1943 to explore one of those stories. It's a story that feels incredibly personal, but at its heart, it's also completely universal. It's about a name, a very long wait, and the very first moments of a new family.
And it all starts with a feeling I think so many people can relate to. This is Betty Seaver, and she is 2 days past her due date. As you can imagine, she's anxious, she's uncomfortable, and she's just sitting there in a nursery waiting for a baby who seems determined to take its sweet time.
So let's picture the scene. It's October 21st, 1943. Betty is in a rocking chair that her husband, Fred, actually built for her. And it's right here in this quiet nursery that they have one last, really important conversation before their entire world changes for good.
I mean, the baby could arrive literally any second. And Fred, being practical, points out that they really need to lock in her name. They've already got a girl's name picked out, no problem there. But for a boy, well, there's a bit of a last-minute change of heart.
Okay, so this is the debate they were having. On one side, you have tradition, Randall Frederick Seaver. It honors Fred's father, it continues the family line, it's the expected thing to do. But Fred, he has a different idea. He suggests Randall Jeffrey. A name with no family baggage, a name that would allow their son to have his own unique identity. And this right here, this really gets to the heart of it. What a powerful thing to say, right? It's all about wanting individuality for the next generation. Betty, she gets it, she agrees. And just like that, the name is decided. Randall Jeffrey. Now, all they can do is wait.
Well, as it turns out, they don't have to wait that long. Just 2 days later, in the dead of night, the journey finally begins.
Yup, it's 1 o'clock in the morning on October 23rd. Betty wakes Fred up. And Fred, because of what the source calls his wartime habit of light sleeping, is wide awake in an instant. This is it. The moment they've been waiting for is officially here.
Now, the doctor had actually told them to wait until the contractions were about 5 minutes apart. But Fred wasn't having any of that. He was decisive. We're going now. He grabs their bags, calls the hospital, and they start that tense 15-minute drive to the Paradise Valley Sanitarium.
So they make it to the hospital. But this is just the beginning of what is going to be a very, very long day. A 16-hour test of pure strength and endurance.
Just look at this timeline. It shows you exactly how grueling this was. They get there at 2:15 in the morning, and Betty is only 3 centimeters dilated. By 6 a.m., almost 4 hours later, she's only moved to 4 centimeters. She doesn't even get to 6 until noon, and then finally hits 8 at 2 p.m. This was not a sprint. This was a slow, painful marathon. And right around 6 o'clock that morning, after hours and hours of labor, with so little progress to show for it, Betty just hits a wall. She is exhausted, she's discouraged, and she's completely overwhelmed by the pain. It's a real moment of despair. And the cruelest part of all of this, even when she gets so close, her body just stalls. For 2 whole hours, from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., she is stuck at 8 centimeters. The contractions are just as intense, relentless even, but nothing is happening. Can you imagine the frustration, the sheer exhaustion? But through every single minute of it, Fred is right there. He's her rock. He's wiping her face with a cool cloth, holding her hand, and just constantly reminding her of her own strength, especially when she feels like she has none left. And then at 4 p.m., something changes. Betty feels this overwhelming urge to push. She's finally ready. The long wait is about to come to a really dramatic and powerful end.
They wheel her into the delivery room, and this is the command from the doctor. Everything just focuses on this one single monumental effort. It's the final push.
And with that last push, there's a sudden release of pressure and then a cry. A small, angry, and absolutely perfect cry. The doctor announces the news, and just like that, 16 hours of pain and exhaustion are just gone, replaced by this overwhelming wave of relief and joy. And we get the official time. At 4:58 in the afternoon on October 23rd, 1943, after a 16-hour ordeal, the wait is finally over.
Now the entire mood in the room shifts. That clinical intensity of birth just melts away, and it's replaced by this quiet, tender sense of awe as a new family meets for the very first time.
The details start to trickle in. The very first official fact about this new little person, he weighs 7 pounds, 14 ounces. A good healthy weight. And next up, his length, 20 inches long. Slowly but surely, measurement by measurement, he's being introduced to the world.
And there it is. His full name, the one they decided on just 2 days earlier in that quiet nursery. He's no longer just a possibility, a name on a list. He is Randall Jeffrey Seaver. He is his own person.
The nurse places the baby on her chest. He's tiny and red and wrinkled, and Betty whispers the very first words he'll ever hear from her. Just an absolutely incredible, miraculous moment.
A little while later, Fred is finally allowed back in, holding their son, and his words to Betty, they just capture the complete awe and admiration for everything she just went through. And together, this brand new family of 3 just sits there in total wonder, examining every single perfect little detail of their son, Randall.
You know, the story of Randall Jeffrey Seaver is just one specific moment in time, but it really speaks to a universal beginning. It's a story of anticipation and struggle and then profound joy that starts countless families. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What are the details of your own first chapter?